that you are talking about. I know how many of my grandchildren are at home looking for what to do. So what you're talking about, you are talking about me as well as others who are listening and watching us. But what I'm preaching still is hope. Because I do not think that our situation is hopeless. It is, yes, unpleasant at the moment. Yes, it is painful at the moment. Yes, it is unreasonable, even so to say. But considering that governments at various levels, particularly state and federal, are beginning to take steps. They are beginning to empower young people. They are beginning to make scholarships available for those who want to go to school, to go to universities, so that school fees will not be a disturbance to their academic progress. They are beginning to set up vocational training facilities. They are expanding universities all over the country. Those, for me, are signs of hope, that the future will not be as bleak as the present. But I know Rome wasn't built in a day. And so that's why I'm saying to all parents like me, that we should please endure for a little while more, and by and by, darkness will disappear, and light will shine.
Yeah, in fact, that's a word of hope that we need to embrace. We should be hopeful in whatever situation that we find ourselves. Now, this program, we don't do it alone. We welcome your comments, we welcome your calls, and the studio lines are already displayed on the TV. For those who are watching us or watching us on other platforms, or probably you are listening to us on our radio channels, the number to call is 090-7160-6375. And you can also try 070-8682-5197. We want to have your calls coming in so that you can be a part of this program. While we're waiting for the calls, let's mirror your relationship with Oba Lamidi Adeyemi Kabiyesi. You were together 5 and 6 levels. So how was your relationship with him?
Oh, well, the relationship was, for me, the best that God could produce for you. Not only did we grow up together, but we also became good friends and confidants. And we believe that that was used mightily by God to help the administration of Ikubaba Kabiyesi, Oba Dr. Lamidi Olaiwola Atanda Adeyemi III. And it also gave me ample opportunity to contribute meaningfully to the development and growth of our community and our state in ways that I could never have imagined. And of course, Kabiyesi is a trustworthy person, is a reliable person, is dignified in every sense, and his brain. He doesn't forget anything. And I believe that his ecumenical exposure, because he started with a Lekeu like myself, and then went to live with the Methodist people at Tinubu in Lagos. So he's exposed to our traditional religion, the Islamic religion, Christianity, and that gave him a broad outlook of life. And so he was not myopic in any sense in approaching issues concerning his people, concerning his state, concerning the nation, Nigeria. And he was indeed a pride to the Yoruba nation because he loved this nation and he was an embodiment of the glorious Oyo Empire in every sense you can think of. Kingship, authority, power, everything. And so I'm still missing him.
How long was his reign? How long was his reign?
Altogether, it was 42 years. I mean, no, I think it's 52 years. Yes, because we celebrated Bebe, which was 50 years. And Bebe is what an Alaafin does after he had reigned for 50 years. And his reign remained peaceful. Yes. So, we can never forget him. And I don't know whether you permit me to sing a song that I composed in his honor. Alọ́mọ ṣe gbàgbé lọ́ba Ọláyíwọlá o. Alọ́mọ ṣe gbàgbé lọ́ba Ọláyíwọlá. Ọba tó ń bẹ láyé tó ṣayé lóore. Alátàndá pẹ̀yìn dà ó kórè dàálẹ̀ o. Alọ́mọ ṣe gbàgbé Ọláyíwọlá. And that summarizes my thinking.
Alọ́mọ ṣe gbàgbé.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That brings me back to the preservation of Yoruba culture and tradition, and I want to leverage on the language, this time around the Yoruba language. And I'm sure you must also be very worried what is happening to Yoruba language. I've seen situations where white people are now coming to teach us our own language. And I've seen that overwhelming interest by Western people, white people, in the Yoruba language where we don't seem to cherish it. So in all these, how culpable are parents and the education system?
Culpable? How culpable? Deeply culpable are parents who, even at home, fail to speak their own native language to their children, simply because they've sent them to the nursery, primary school, and they want to get value for money by ensuring that whatever English they are taught in school, the parents continue to elaborate on it at home. Recently, about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks ago, they were launched at Emmanuel Alayede University of Education and Alaafin Institute of Yoruba Studies. And I believe this will be one major contribution of that university to the reactivation, revitalization of the importance of the Yoruba language nationwide, but particularly within the Yoruba land area. If we lose our language, we've lost our culture. And if our children don't understand our language, they cannot use it, then they will lose their identity. So we are really in danger at the moment. But I'm sure that all those concerned in the areas of education, in the area of training of Yoruba teachers, in the sponsorship of Yoruba programs, even BCOS, in the how many Yoruba programs we actually have and promote, all of us, it's a major task that we have to face and face sincerely so as not to destroy the future of our culture.
Okay, but I've also seen a growing interest in the study of Ifa, especially by people who are not Nigerians, by the white people. And I ask myself, what's this interest? What's this renewed interest? Some say Ifa is our own version of Google and
Yes.
Meta AI.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
You have knowledge of these things.
Yes.
Can you share some light on it?
Just last night, one of my grandchildren who had a degree in mass communication, told me 2 years ago that he was going to be going to IFA class. And I said, sure, you're welcome.
Good.
And he's been going. And he has completed the 16 Odus. Last night I was following up on how far he's gone. And he's completed that. So he's now going to be mastering the details of those Odus and their branches.
Is it a science?
It is a science, it is a technology, it is a philosophy, all combined. In fact, from the binaries of the 16 Odus, that's where the computer science people have gotten all the major dots that has given us what we have today.
Okay.
And so the new focus of people on IFA basically is to gain knowledge, is to be more philosophically sophisticated, and yes, and they need both because they are indigenous. See, IFA represents the philosophy, the thinking, the visioning of the Yoruba nation, of the Yoruba race. And so it's good. The news you have just given of people clamoring and seeking and sincerely desiring to be knowledgeable in IFA is good news, because it means they will know more about our faith, about our culture, they will know more about our philosophy.
Would you recommend the study of IFA for our political leaders, at least in this part
Yes,
of the
it will
country,
be useful to them.
make them better leaders?
Because they will find out more than they do at the moment. Recently, there was a convocation in Akure of all the states in Yoruba land and our kings and rulers and political leaders. And I had reason to refer to IFA in my commissioned speech. And and how the Olodumare assured them that if they did what is right and prepare properly, then there will be more prosperity for the land, for the nation. And that's applicable to Nigeria today. So whatever you are looking for by way of the philosophy of the Yoruba, it is only in IFA that you find them.
Raising children that are indigenous in these modern times, is it that easy? Is it easy to raise children that are indigenous? You want them to know everything about their culture, and you still want them to, be educated, and they still mingle with people and be social too. How easy it is?
It will be difficult in this generation because of the exposure to computer science, to the AI technology, and other attractions that this generation presents. But there will still be some, and that's why we will not give up. And we will encourage those who are interested, just like my grandson who was talking to me last night.
Wow.
Do you think the Igbo people have been able to harness certain aspects of the IFA culture to develop their own technologies, to develop their own science? We often hear these things, but I don't know whether they are true or not.
Well, I'm sure they had some secrets that we don't know all about. But we only know what we know, and we can only deal with what we know at the moment.
Okay, now in drawing them, let me quickly take you this particular story I want to tell, and in trying to know whether the white people, the Western people, have been able to steal some of our local technology, or there are similarities between what we do, what we call our culture and tradition, and theirs. Now, when the new king of England, well, it's no longer new, when he was to be enthroned.
Yes.
Now, I was in the newsroom and I was watching this BBC reporter and doing a report prior to the coronation day. And it was with the Archbishop of Canterbury. It was at Westminster Abbey, and they were both in the empty cathedral talking. And there is a particular stone under the seat where the king is supposed to sit, and where he will be crowned by the Archbishop. Now, the BBC reporter asked the question, what is that stone for? What is its significance? And I noticed that the Archbishop stylishly evaded the question. And I was wondering why. I actually said to myself that, Your Grace, you have not answered that question. Well, of course, no one answered me. And the BBC reporter too, perhaps realizing that His Grace did not want to answer the question, did not press further. So what do you think? That stone and probably maybe a similar stone somewhere in southwest Nigeria, do you see any correlation?
Oh, sure. Kabiyesi the Aláàfin went to Brazil recently. And I'm starting from that. And he saw how the people are using the Shango stone in Brazil. They're using it as a tool of invocation. They are using it as a tool of protection. They are using it as a stone of the invincibility of the power of that's beyond the earth. And Kabiyesi came back and he was saying, look, even in Mecca, when people go on pilgrimage, there are certain specific stones they throw at a point during the pilgrimage. Well, of course, that was to drive away the Satani, that's to condemn Satan and so on. But